Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare.
Be sure to subscribe to our channel. We publish new videos every day. Don't forget, grab your smartphone and download the Lava Matra app and stay in touch. Guru Mahārāja's message is your advantage. The following is a Sri Kṛṣṇa Caitanya book compilation given by His Holiness Jayapataka Swami Mahārāja on April 26th, 2022 in Sri Mayapur, India.
Pangun Langayate Girim Sri Gurum Dhinatharinam Sri Caitanya Mishwaram Hari Om Tat Sat. So today from the compilation of Lord Chaitanya book, Lord Caitanya and Prakāśānanda Sarasvatī glorify each other, part 2. Chaitanya Charitamrita Madhya Leela 25.74.
Jadyapi tomar sab ব্রহ্ম সমভাসে লোক শিক্ষা লাগি হইছে করিতে নাইসে.
Translation. My dear sir, for you everyone is on the level of impersonal Brahman, but for the enlightenment of people in general, you should not behave in that way.
Lord Chaitanya should be more calm down so that people will understand what he's saying.
So Lord Chaitanya should be more calmed down so that people may understand what he is saying. Caitanya Charitamrita Madhya Leela 25.75.
প্রভু পদস্পর্শে প্রকাশানন্দের অপরাধ মোচন জ্ঞাপন. দেহ কহে তোমার নিন্দা পূর্বে যে করিল, তোমার চরণ স্পর্শে সব ক্ষয় গেল.
Translation. Prakāśānanda Sarasvatī replied, formerly I committed many offences against you by blaspheming you, but now the effects of my offences are counteracted by my touching your lotus feet.
This by taking the dust on the lotus foot of someone who was offended.
By taking the dust of the lotus feet of someone whom we have offended,
One is freed from the offense.
one is freed from the offense. Chaitanya Charitamrita Madhya Leela 25.76.
মুক্তগণেরও ভগবদ অপরাধ ফলে বন্ধন দশা, বাসনা ভাষ্যধৃত পরিসৃষ্ট বচন.
Translation. If a person considered liberated in this life commits offences against the reservoir of inconceivable potencies, the Supreme Personality of Godhead, he will again fall down and desire the material atmosphere for material enjoyment.
So Prakāśānanda Sarasvatī, he was admitted that he had committed offenses on the Supreme Personality of Godhead.
So Prakāśānanda Sarasvatī had admitted that he had committed offences at the lotus feet of the Supreme Personality of Godhead.
And that this could be a cause of his fall down.
And that this could be a cause of his fall down.
So, by touching the lotus feet of Sri Chaitanya, he got freed from that offense.
So, by touching the lotus feet of Lord Chaitanya, he got freed from that offense. Caitanya Charitamrita Madhya Leela 25.77.
ভগবত পাদস্পর্শে অপরাধ মোচন শ্রীমদ্ ভাগবতের দশম স্কন্ধের 34 অধ্যায়ের 9ম শ্লোকে রয়েছে,
Being touched by the lotus feet of Sri Krishna, that serpent was immediately freed from the reactions of his sinful life. Thus, the serpent gave up his body and assumed the body of the beautiful Vidyadhara demigod. Purport. This is a quotation from Srimad Bhagavatam 10.34.9. The inhabitants of Vrindavana, under the leadership of Nanda Mahārāja, once went to the bank of the Sarasvatī on a pilgrimage. Nanda Mahārāja was fasting and he lay down near the forest. At that time, a serpent who was formerly cursed by Angira Rishi appeared. This serpent had formerly been named Sudarshana and he had belonged to the Vidyadhara planet. However, because he joked with the Rishi, he was condemned to take on the body of a big snake. When this serpent attacked Nanda Mahārāja began to call, "Kṛṣṇa, help!" Kṛṣṇa immediately appeared and began to kick the serpent with his lotus feet. Due to being touched by the Lord's lotus feet, the serpent was immediately freed from the reactions of his sinful life. Being freed, he again assumed his original form of Sudarshana, the Vidyadhara.
So there's 3 Dhams, 4 Bhuva Swa, and then 4 Baldam. So human beings are coming from the Bhur Loka, or Vidyadharas, I think are from the, they're considered as sub-devas, sub-demigods, Vidyadharas. They're from Bhuva Loka. So, being free from their sins, the serpent assumed his original body as a Vidyadhara, and he went back to his own place. Kṛṣṇa, Kṛṣṇa,
কৃষ্ণ কৃষ্ণ
help me, help me.
Help me, help me.
Kṛṣṇa, Kṛṣṇa,
Kṛṣṇa, Kṛṣṇa.
help me, help me.
Help me, help me.
Said Nanda Mahārāja, and he was attacked by a large serpent.
Kṛṣṇa, Kṛṣṇa, help me, said Nanda Mahārāja when he was attacked by the large serpent. Chaitanya Charitamrita, Madhya Leela 25.78.
স্বয়ং ভগবান হইয়াও লোকশিক্ষার্থ প্রভুর জগৎগুরু আচার্য রূপে আপনাকে দীন জীব অভিমান। প্রভু কহে বিষ্ণু বিষ্ণু, আমি ক্ষুদ্র জীবহীন, জীবে বিষ্ণু মানি এই অপরাধ চিহ্ন।
Translation. When Prakāśānanda Sarasvatī supported himself by quoting the verse from Srimad Bhagavatam, Sri Caitanya Mahaprabhu immediately protested by uttering the holy name of Lord Vishnu. The Lord then presented himself as the most fallen living entity, and he said, if someone accepts a fallen conditioned soul as Vishnu, Bhagavan, or an incarnation, he commits a great offense. Purport. Although Sri Caitanya Mahaprabhu was Vishnu, the Supreme Personality of Godhead, to teach us a lesson, he nonetheless denied belonging to the Vishnu category. Unfortunately, there are many so-called Vishnu incarnations in this age of Kali. People do not know that posing oneself as an incarnation is most offensive. People should not accept an ordinary man as an incarnation of God, for this also is a very great offense.
So Lord Chaitanya, although he was Kṛṣṇa himself, he came to teach others.
So, Lord Chaitanya, although he was Krishna himself, he came to teach others.
So he said that he should not be called as the Supreme Personality of Godhead.
So, he said that he should not be called as the Supreme Personality of Godhead.
If one calls the ordinary Jiva the Supreme Lord, that is very offensive.
If one calls an ordinary Jiva the Supreme Lord, that is very offensive. Chaitanya Charitamrita, Madhya Leela 25.79.
ভাষণ্ডের কার্য বা পরিচয়। জীবে বিষ্ণু বুদ্ধি করে, যেই ব্রহ্মরুদ্র সম, নারায়ণে মানে তারে পাষণ্ডিতে গণন।
Translation. Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu continued, to say nothing of ordinary living entities, even Lord Brahma and Lord Shiva cannot be considered on the level of Vishnu or Narayan. If one considers them as such, he is immediately considered an offender and atheist.
So, no one is equal to or greater than Vishnu.
So, no one is equal to or greater than Vishnu.
And even if one is very great, like Brahma or Shiva, if they say that they're equal or greater than Vishnu, that's very offensive.
Even though if someone is very great like Brahma or Shiva, and if they say that they are equal to Vishnu, then it is very offensive. Chaitanya Charitamrita, Madhya Leela 25.8.
শাস্ত্র প্রমাণ বৈষ্ণবতন্ত্র বাক্য ও পাশোত্তর খণ্ডে 23 অধ্যায়ের 12 নম্বর শ্লোকে রয়েছে,
A person who considers demigods like Brahma and Shiva to be on an equal level with Narayana is to be considered an offender, a Pashandi.
So, in the material world, Brahma and Shiva are very powerful.
So, in the material world, Brahma and Shiva are very powerful.
Shiva is normally a living entity, especially if not empowered by Kṛṣṇa.
Shiva is a living
Brahma
is a living entity, especially empowered by Kṛṣṇa.
and Lord Shiva is above the Jivas, but is not on the same level as Narayana.
And Lord Shiva is above the Jivas, but he is not on the same level as Narayana.
So if you think they're the same, it's offensive.
So, if you think that they are the same, then it's offensive. Chaitanya Charitamrita, Madhya Leela 25.81.
প্রভুর প্রতি প্রকাশানন্দের দৃঢ় বিশ্বাস বা শ্রদ্ধা। প্রকাশানন্দ কহে, তুমি সাক্ষাৎ ভগবান, তবু যদি করো তার দাস অভিমান।
Translation. Prakāśānanda replied, you are the Supreme Personality of Godhead, Kṛṣṇa himself. Nonetheless, you are considering yourself his eternal servant.
This is the actual position of Lord Chaitanya.
This is the actual position of Lord Chaitanya.
He is Kṛṣṇa himself,
He is Kṛṣṇa himself,
but he's in the mode of a devotee.
but he is in the mood of a devotee.
And he always considers himself as a devotee of Kṛṣṇa.
And he always considers himself as a devotee of Kṛṣṇa. Chaitanya Charitamrita, Madhya Leela 25.82.
তবু পূজ্য হও তুমি আমা সভা হইতে, সর্বনাশ হয় এই তোমার অনিন্দাতে।
Translation. My dear Lord, you are the Supreme Lord, and although you consider yourself the Lord's servant, you are nonetheless worshipable. You are much greater than I am. Therefore, all my spiritual achievements have been lost because I have blasphemed you.
So, His Holiness Prakāśānanda Sarasvatī is realizing his position.
So, His Holiness Prakāśānanda Sarasvatī is realizing his position.
He has offended Lord Chaitanya, and therefore he lost his spiritual credit.
He has offended Lord Chaitanya, and therefore he has lost his spiritual credit.
So, he is saying that Lord Chaitanya is Kṛṣṇa, but he thinks he's Krishna's servant.
He is saying that Lord Chaitanya is Kṛṣṇa himself, but he thinks of himself as Krishna's servant. Chaitanya Charitamrita Madhya Leela 25.83.
শ্রীমদ্ ভাগবতের ষষ্ঠ স্কন্ধের চতুর্দশ অধ্যায়ের পঞ্চম শ্লোকে রয়েছে,
तानामपि सिद्धानां नारायणपरायणः सुदुर्लभ प्रसन्नात्मा कोटिष्वपि महामुने.
Translation. O great sage, out of many millions of materially liberated people who are free from ignorance, and out of many millions of siddhas who have nearly attained perfection, there is hardly one pure devotee of Narayana. Only such a devotee is actually completely satisfied and peaceful. Purport. This verse is quoted from Srimad Bhagavatam 6.14.5.
Also, being a pure devotee of Krishna is a very great position.
So, being a pure devotee of Krishna is a very great position.
We should aspire to serve the pure devotees of Krishna by their mercy to become one.
We should aspire to serve a pure devotee of Krishna
And try to become one.
and try to become one. Chaitanya Charitamrita Madhya Leela 25.84.
মহৎ বা বৈষ্ণবের নিন্দায় সর্বনাশ। শ্রীমদ্ ভাগবতের দশম স্কন্ধের চতুর্থ অধ্যায়ের 46 নম্বর শ্লোকে রয়েছে।
Translation. When a person mistreats great souls, his lifespan, opulence, reputation, religion, possessions, and good fortune are all destroyed. Purport. This statement, Srimad Bhagavatam 10.4.46, was made by Shukadev Goswami to Mahārāja Parikshit.
So, His Holiness Prakāśānanda Sarasvatī
So, His Holiness Prakāśānanda Sarasvatī,
he was in various ways amending his offenses to Lord Chaitanya.
he was in various ways pending his offenses to Lord Chaitanya. Chaitanya Charitamrita Madhya Leela 25.85.
শ্রীমদ্ ভাগবতে সপ্তম স্কন্ধের পঞ্চম অধ্যায়ের 32 নম্বর শ্লোকে রয়েছে,
Translation. Unless human society accepts the dust of the lotus feet of great Mahatmas, devotees who have nothing to do with material possessions, mankind cannot turn its attention to the lotus feet of Kṛṣṇa. Those lotus feet vanquish all the unwanted miserable conditions of material life. Purport. This verse appears in the Srimad Bhagavatam 7.5.32. For an explanation, see Madhya Leela 22.53.
By taking shelter of the lotus feet of a pure devotee,
By taking shelter of the lotus feet of a pure devotee,
one is able to get the shelter of Lord Kṛṣṇa and overcome all the problems of material life.
one is able to take the shelter of Lord Kṛṣṇa and overcome all the problems of material life. Chaitanya Charitamrita, Madhya Leela 25.86.
অহংকার ত্যাগপূর্বক কৃষ্ণ চরণে প্রণাম ফলে শুদ্ধ ভক্তি লাভ। ভেবে তোমার পাদাব্জে উপজীবে ভক্তি, তথা লাগি করি তোমার চরণে প্রণতি।
Translation. Henceforward I shall certainly develop devotional service unto your lotus feet. For this reason I have come to you and have fallen down at your lotus feet.
So, Caitanya and Prakāśānanda Sarasvatī had become a Vaishnava.
So His Holiness Prakāśānanda Sarasvatī had become a Vaishnava,
And he was clasping the lotus feet of Lord Chaitanya,
and he was clasping the lotus feet of Lord Chaitanya,
and that he could develop love for Kṛṣṇa.
so that he could develop love for Kṛṣṇa.
So this is actually a miracle performed by Lord Chaitanya.
So this is actually a miracle performed by Lord Chaitanya.
We're very fortunate to be in the succession of Lord Chaitanya.
We are very fortunate to be in the succession of Lord Chaitanya. Thus ends the chapter entitled Lord Chaitanya and Prakāśānanda Sarasvatī glorify each other, under the section How all the residents of Varanasi became Vaishnavas.
Do you like our ad-free videos? Be sure to subscribe to our channel. We publish new videos every day, and don't forget to like and share our channel.